What's good, folks? It's your boy Dookie, back again with Bang Budget and Nougat reviews that get the best bang for your tech dollars. And if you know anything about me, I'm officially a cord cutter, which means I stopped paying for cable TV, I stopped paying for satellite TV a long time ago. Now, how do I get my entertainment? Well, I still use a couple of devices like Chromecast, Roku sticks, and even my Android TV box. But today I'm gonna show you another offering. That's right, we have the G-Box Q3 from Matricom. Let's check it out, see what's really good, alright? Now the G-Box Q3 is the third version of this Android set-top box from Matricom. A little bit about the specs. It comes with a Quad-Core Logic S905x CPU, 2 GB of DDR3 RAM, 16 GB of flash storage plus external drive support, and Android Nougat 7.1. Inside the box you get the device, remote, power supply, and an HDMI cable. Now I gotta give it up to Matricom for actually including the HDMI cable. I reviewed a couple of these little Android set-top boxes and there's ones that didn't come with it. So, thumbs up for that. And speaking of thumbs up, before we go any further, why don't you go ahead and thumbs up this video and hit that subscribe button if you already aren't for more great budget technology just like this. Now back to the device. It's actually a pretty small, sleek little black box with an illuminated letter on top when it's powered on. Now it does have glossy plastic on the top, which can be a fingerprint magnet, but you really shouldn't be touching this box too much. You set it up on your shelf and it should be good to go. Now around the back and sides, that's where your ports are. On the side, you do have a full SD card slot. On the back, you have 2 USB 2.0 slots, an HDMI port, full Ethernet connection, optical audio, and power jack. So being able to get full Ethernet connection to a box like this will definitely help if you have spotty Wi-Fi. The remote is a pretty standard remote if you've seen these Android TV boxes before. It doesn't provide the most functionality, but for doing the basics, it's good to go. Now I would suggest using any type of full QWERTY keyboard, especially one that has a built-in cursor pad for the mouse. Now I paired mine up with this little Bluetooth keyboard that I reviewed previously, and it's been working pretty fine ever since. I think honestly, that's the way to go. Setup on the device was actually pretty simple. You plug it in, connect your HDMI cable, and you're ready to go. Now this is an Android box, which means you get full Google 7.1 out of the box, and you get access to every app from the Play Store. Now unlike a dedicated Android TV box that only has access to a slightly limited version of the Google Play Store, you have the full Google Play options at your fingertips. Now one thing I did notice here is usually on devices like this, when they come with their own built-in app store, I usually tend to stay away from that. But I actually looked around in here in the Matricom store. Now they have a lot of apps loaded up in there that I would actually recommend to people who are going to be purchasing this device. Now I would suggest before you go deep into the Android store, look in the Matricom store first and see if any of these apps will work for you, because I think there's a few in there that you're actually going to like. Now when we get back out to the device, we can talk about the functionality. Honestly, I wasn't the biggest fan of the theme. There are a couple of background images that change with each category that you select. I don't like any of these images, no disrespect to whoever's pictures these are. I don't want to see none of these images, but that's no big deal. I would have rather had one main screen that I could load all my apps onto and search from in there. That's just my personal preference. Now they have a couple of sections in here like movies and gaming, and you'll see that some of them have big icons. Those apps may not actually be installed on the device. They're more just links to help you get those apps installed, like the SoundCloud app was just a link to SoundCloud in the Google Play Store, and once you get it installed, now it's right there. But on any screen, you can add actual links to the apps that you have installed. I just went and installed a bunch of apps, then added them right to that first screen, so I don't have to go and worry about any of the other screens. Now you may be asking yourself, what do I need this Android TV box for? For me, I cut the cord a long time ago. Now I don't watch a lot of TV, but when I do, it's usually something from a streaming service. And something like this will give you access to almost anything that you could want. From Hulu, Netflix, Plex, to some other stuff that we'll talk about a little bit later. Now another thing some of you might be saying is, well, I bought a brand new 4K TV that has built-in smart services, and that is true. You get the big hitters. You get Hulu, Netflix, YouTube, Amazon Video, and that might be enough just for you. But if you want access to a full range of Android apps on your TV, you're definitely gonna love something like this. Or if you're like me who hasn't upgraded to the newest TV and you wanna give that functionality to your nice old TV and make it worthwhile, this is definitely for you. Now I gotta be honest, for the most part, entertainment on this thing was pretty fun. To watching movies, listening to podcasts, or even gaming. For the most part, it handled everything with no problems at all. Now for gaming, I initially hooked up one of my Bluetooth wireless controllers, played a couple of emulators, and I was having all the fun. But another shout out to Matricom, they sent over this gamepad for me to check out, and the too long didn't read is this thing is dope. But I got a full review on that coming, so make sure you subscribe and stay tuned. But back to gaming, it held up pretty sweet. I didn't run a bunch of benchmarks and anything, but if you'd like to see that, let me know with a comment down below. Maybe I'll do a full gaming test with this device to show you what you can play and what you can't. Now, the main problem that I have with this unit, and really it's not this unit alone, it's all Android boxes that I've tried out. It usually comes down to the remote. Like I said before, you'll definitely want to get you a remote with a full QWERTY keyboard and mousepad capabilities. Something that will be able to give you the option to control it almost like a PC. You know, I think that definitely takes the productivity of this device to another level. Just with those remotes that come with it, they're fine. They're good for basically getting around, but when you have to enter in passwords, when you have to select different menus, things like that, it can be a bit of a hassle. But that is something I would suggest for anybody with any of these Android boxes. Overall, I think the G-Box Q3 from Matricom is probably one of the best Android TV boxes I've checked out. You get pretty simple setup with the ease of use and access to a lot of apps that will get you up and rolling, watching whatever content your heart desires. Alright folks, I'm gonna get up out of here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. If you've ever checked out an Android box, let me know down in the comments. Which one was it? How did you like it? I'm gonna get up out of here. It's time for me to go enjoy some more content on my G-Box Q3. Y'all make sure to holler at your boy. Oh snap, it's time for me to watch the game. Let's go.